Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Okay, so guys, in this episode, we are going to be looking at the birth of Sri Guru Nanak Dev Sahib Ji. What was the time like, the area, and we're going to look at Guruji's family. So to start off, there is this area and it's described so beautifully in the Janam Sakhis and Sri Nanak Prakash. Between the river Ravi and the river Chenab was an area known as Bardesh, considered the king of all lands. And just as a wise king looks after his people, in the same way, this land looked after its people also. The people there were joyful, there was no crime, no theft, no droughts or monsoons, everyone was happy. The two rivers flowed on each side, both looking absolutely beautiful. The waves just magnificent as they rippled. The area was lush and green, the farmers were happy and without any fear. Many fruits and flowers decorated the land, and travellers would not want to leave this place once they came across it. Big, beautiful trees gave shade and fruit to all. The people who lived there were moral and full of compassion. They loved to serve visitors, especially sadhus, holy men with great love. Loads of different animals and beautiful birds lived there of many different species. And in this land, there's a village called Talwandi, surrounded on four sides by fabulous fragrant flower gardens. In Talwandi, people of all castes lived together in peace and harmony. The houses were all pleasing to the eye, the marketplace always bustling and full of people. The milk of the cows here was delicious and sweet. The people were generally all virtuous and knowledgeable. And the warrior clan of the Bedi family lived in this village and had done for many generations. Baba Shiv Ramji, the grandfather of Guru Nanak Dev Ji, was born here, and he was a pure soul. He had a compassionate, peaceful, quiet demeanour, Baba Shiv Ramji. He was without attachment and always spent loads of time in meditation, bhakti. He was married to Mata Banasri Ji. She was loving, diligent and faithful, and together they had two sons by the name of Kalu Ji and Lalu Ji. Both were pure and had strong faith in God. In his many previous lifetimes, their elder son, Kalu Ji, did immense amounts of bhakti meditation, and he had an itcha in his heart. He always had an immense desire to serve Vaheguru, and in this lifetime that would come true, because in this lifetime he would have the opportunity to serve Guru Nanak Dev Ji, because he would be the father of Guru Nanak Dev Ji. And once Kalu Ji was of age, his father, his Baba Shivram Ji, arranged for his marriage with Mata Tripta Ji. Mata Tripta Ji was a treasure of virtues. Her greatness can never be quantified. She is just absolutely amazing. So both Mata Tripta Ji and Baba Kalu Ji, husband and wife, did much bhakti and meditation, and they would remember God, Vaheguru, in everything they did. In Talwandi lived a good man also. His name was Rai Balar. He was the head of this village and 20 other villages. Rai Balar was a well-respected and honest man, and he had a lot of love for Kaluji, treating him like a brother. He even made Baba Kaluji the Patwari, the administrator of all the villages. Baba Kaluji and Mata Tripta Ji lived a joyful life. And after a while, Mata Tripta became pregnant, and they were blessed with a beautiful daughter, who they named Nanaki. Bibi Nanaki was wise and pure. And some time passed, and Mata Tripta Ji became pregnant for a second time. This time, it was Parameshwar themselves becoming manifest in human form. And during her pregnancy, Mata Tripta Ji removed all of her jewellery. But in doing so, she looked even more beautiful, even more radiant. She just had this next level illuminating glow and aura about her, something really special. And it was this time that she was pregnant with Guru Nanak Dev Ji. And as the time approached for Guruji to be born, truth, contentment, righteousness, purity, love just blossomed in this area, and especially the village of Talwandi. The wind around Talwandi became cool and fragrant. It was refreshing for all, and it seemed to carry away people's pains and worries. Rain fell from the sky, watering the crops and fields, as was the inner desire of the village farmers. Flowers and fruit also grew and ripened. The trees of Talwandi were in such bliss. It's like they couldn't hold in what was about to happen, so they swayed. They were showing the people of Talwandi their happiness on the impending birth of Sri Guru Nanak Dev Ji. There was bliss everywhere. The earth was a new lush green, people were happy, animals were happy, birds were singing. And on the full moon of the Desi month of Katak, the night sky illuminated by a glowing full moon. The stars shine brightly like diamonds. And on this most beautiful calm night, in the early hours of Amrit Vela, at 12:45, Sri Guru Nanak Dev Ji was born. The blessed Daulatadai, the head midwife, was the first person to have darshan of Guru Nanak Dev Ji. She was the first person in this world to see Guru Nanak Dev Ji, and she was utterly and absolutely mesmerized by the sight of the baby. The small body of the child seemed to illuminate the room, not only the room, the whole universe. Daulatadai was truly blessed, and immediately she knew this was no normal child. Guru Nanak Dev Ji did not cry when they were born. Instead, they were laughing and smiling. All the other midwives and nurses, they were in shock. They had never seen a baby smiling and laughing when it was born before. They were used to see babies crying after birth. And at the same time, all the nurses and midwives present were in a state of awe. They were in a state of calm, mesmerized by the divinity of this baby. Each of them felt at peace and blessed after laying sight on the newborn baby. Everyone all around was filled with joy. In fact, everyone in the whole area was filled with joy. Everyone in the village was happy. Even without knowing the reason why, everyone just felt at peace and bliss, and they couldn't figure out why they were so happy all of a sudden. As Guru Nanak Dev Ji was born, all of the Devi Devte were absolutely delighted. They were shouting out cries of Jai, Jai, Hail, Glory. Sunks, conch shells were blown and they could be heard being played. They sprayed essences of sandalwood, saffron and kapoor in the house of Baba Kaluji and showered it with flowers. The people of the village were amazed to smell this great fragrance. They had no idea where this beautiful smell was coming from, and they were walking around trying to figure it out. The blessed Mata Tripta Ji, the mother of Guru Nanak Dev Ji, was overjoyed. And in the house, a diva with 8 candles was lit. It had a radiant glow. But the glow from Guru Nanak Dev Ji's face was so bright that it outshined the light from the diva. One of the midwives ran to call Baba Kaluji, telling him, "Patwari Sahib Ji, congratulations, a glorious glowing baby boy has been born. His face is radiant. Patwari Ji, it's now time to celebrate." And Baba Kaluji heard the news of his son being born and was overjoyed, and he was just so happy. He put a fistful of money in the chunni of the nurse, and on this day he had received the greatest joy. Baba Kaluji quickly washed and promptly focused his attention on God, thanking God for this blessing. And this is how Guru Nanak Dev Ji came to this world, to give joy to the Bhagats and the saints, and to give support to the world which had cried out for God's support and help in this dark age of Kaljug. And in the next Sakhi, we are going to be looking at how Guru Nanak Dev Ji was named, how did Guru Nanak Dev Ji get their name, and how was the birth of Guruji celebrated. As always, please forgive all the mistakes. And you know what? Please share this Sakhi with your friends, your family, so they too could learn about Sri Guru Nanak Dev Ji. And don't be scared to share it. You know what? We share memes, we gossip, and when we do these things, we don't think twice. And I'm talking about myself when I say this as well. But when it's time to share a Shabad or a Sakhi, we're quite slow. But you know what? Do it. Share sakhiyan, share Gurbani Panktiyan, share the daily Hukamnama with your friends and family. Because trust me, we all need it in this day and age, man. We all need support. We all need Guru Sahib. We all need to hear Guru Sahib Sakhiyan and connect to Guru Sahib Shabad. Even if we don't know it, this is what we need. Bol chuk maaf karna. Vaheguru Ji ka Khalsa. Vaheguru Ji ki Fateh.
If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, share and subscribe. Please donate and help spread Guruji's message. Link is in the description below. Vaheguru Ji ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji ki Fateh.